How we doing, my friends? Florida History Hunter. Today we're going to revisit this property that got sold for a housing project, and the developer jumped the gun. Apparently they had come around and started destroying before they applied for any permits. They were supposed to pull all kinds of permits, like they have to come here and do a historical survey, and then they have to come in and survey the trees and make sure there's no protected trees, and then they very rapidly evaluate the wildlife situation and the impact on the environment, issues and concerns with drainage and all. So the developer comes in and does all of this, and then they don't supposedly they didn't get a permit to do any work. And so it all just has been sitting here undeveloped. As far as I know, they haven't done anything, but I don't know, maybe they have. Because I'm seeing it looks like construction. Oh no, okay, no, that's somebody else's property, so we have to skirt around this. The people that sold all this land still own a odd-shaped chunk in the middle. They're completely surrounded. Well, not exactly completely, but pretty much it's going to wrap around their entire property. So what I have to do is I have to find a way to get up and over this ridge right here. Hoping to see a kind of wildlife cut through. I can hear the peacocks in the background. So one of the things that was going to happen when they did put this project in is the peacocks were going to end up going. This is their last little stronghold. It's quite a big colony of them. And this is all exactly the way they left it Thanksgiving about 2 years ago. I think it was when the project got stopped by the state of Florida for having done all this illegally. You can hear the peacocks in the background. There we go. Surprisingly warm today. Mid-March, and we're already into 80 degrees. I should learn what the flag in the trees means. Like by the colors. Is that something to keep? Something gets cut down. Looks like somebody started doing some survey work. So the thing that really stopped the project, aside from the fact that they had done all that illegal stuff, like they didn't pull any permits whatsoever. They had entombed gopher tortoises. So this project's been sitting delinquent all this time. Man, check that old tree out. So right through here was a sort of a barn and a cabin that had a porch that looked out over this hill right here. You can see it's all still pushed over into a pile. They never got around to actually cleaning it up. I don't even know if this is passable through here. What the heck is all this stuff? People dumping stuff. Some kind of skinny bunk bed. Like a bunk bed. So this hasn't been cleared. So this is all overgrown now. This used to be completely mowed out. All of that was completely mowed out. All the way past the tree line. Way out that way. So our trip has ended. I'm not going to go chest deep through that. The Florida History Hunter. And that's it. And what we're going to do is we're going to regroup on our way back to the car and come up with a plan B. Imagine like owning all this property. This has been in a DeLand family since DeLand's been settled. And it wasn't just a few years ago where the woman that owned it all sold a good chunk of it. I think she sold like about 90% of it. Sure, there's a nice bottle dump around here somewhere too, down in there. It's almost a for sure. Heading back off to back out over there. It's this really killer old house, old farmhouse. Nobody ever seems to be able to get close to it. Just recently went under new ownership too. For a while there was some kind of shady ownership going on. I think the house is just right through there. And this looks like it would be a spot for people from the house to throw and stuff this way. The house is just directly through the woods right there. And this would have been a good place to throw garbage. Elephant ears. Somebody planted them. And look, there's citrus. So we're in orange groves. So we're gonna go sit in here. We're gonna go check it out. And it is the kind of fruit that's going to be edible. Small orange. Small orange is always sweet to eat. Sometimes they're a little fleshy. Yep. A little acidic, but still can be eaten. That's a lot of seeds for such a small ledge. Or segments. So this is the side of the, on the side of the nursing home. See that right there? Look. It's like a natural waterway coming through here. Like before they put the road up in here. And I know that this eventually leads down into a gully. I'm not wanting to walk that today. I know people that collect that kind of stuff. Alright, this is your Florida History Hunter. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. I got to hold my breath and get past this sewage pumping station. And we'll be back. Click that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Look at this. This is serious lack of road maintenance right there. So it's just one moment from somebody going off the road right there for a nanosecond, and they get flipped down there. Down to the down here, down there. Look, it keeps going down too, down and down and down and down and down.